What's going on, ENT family? I'm English.
I'm Ty.
And we're the Normans. Hey guys, look, we are super excited about this 2021 year. This is our second episode of the year.
It is, and it is pretty exciting.
Yeah, it is.
So what we want to do is we want to attach things a little bit differently than we've done last year. And we want to talk about some general things that you can do to just keep your life
some
happy.
Practical things.
Some practical things that you can do to make your life amazing every single day.
Yep, that's it. And what we wanted to start off with is, I know I presented a question, and it's not necessarily a question that I would have, but you hear it so often, and you especially in relationships. Why is this person always in their feelings? And that can be either in a marriage relationship, in an engaged relationship, in just a regular relationship with your friends, or whatever the case may be. But we want to talk a little bit about, you know, how that all kind of breaks down and how you can use these practical things on a daily basis to alleviate stress, pressure from relationships, whatever the case may be.
But before we get started, if you just tuning in, we want you to subscribe.
Make sure.
Click on the notification so this way you're not missing anything, and we want you to stay tuned. We'll be right back after the intro video.
Yep. What's going on, fam? I'm English.
And I'm Ty. And we're the Normans.
So look, we were talking about
right into it.
Yeah, this whole conversation. Well, the conversation that kind of comes up so often is, why are you in your feelings? Oh, why this person is in their feelings, or whatever the case may be. And it comes from so many different perspectives. Again, you can be in a covenant relationship, in a marriage relationship. You can either be in an engaged relationship. You can be in a regular relationship, or a friendship, or anything else. And so many people often say, why you're in your feelings. But we get an opportunity tonight to break that down for you guys, again, practically, so that you can kind of hear it, see it. We'll give example of what we mean, and, you know, what you can kind of take from it. If you can take something from it, cool. If you can't, and you've never experienced it or never heard anybody say it, it is what it is.
Okay, well, I'll start with me. I'm in my feelings quite a bit. So I have to use emotional intelligence. Everybody knows what that is.
Well, no, everybody doesn't know.
Okay, so
but now that you do know.
Okay, so emotional intelligence is basically the ability for you to take or look at a negative situation, a circumstance, some type of issue that may have occurred in your day with the person, with the company, with anything, and you basically turn it around for the greater good. Yes. I said turn it around for the greater good. That means that you're going to have to be the big person in the situation,
the bigger
regardless of what it is, regardless if they were talking to you cross-eyed,
talking out the side of their necks,
in your feelings or emotions, you're going to have to be the bigger person. So if you just tuning in, that's what emotional intelligence is.
That's really good. And it's interesting, something that you just said, your feelings and emotions. So as far as that statement is concerned, why you always in your feelings are attached to your emotions. So if your emotions are completely out of whack, or you allow your emotions to kind of take you all over the place, then your feelings will be all over the place.
So like I get in my feelings if I plan something out and it doesn't fall through.
Yeah, it doesn't pan out.
If something doesn't pan out, I've had to incorporate my plan B or my plan C, and my husband himself, which is no sugarcoat, no filter, will come and say, okay, well, first of all, get out of your feelings. Let's start there, which places me deeper into my feelings. Just to be honest, I'm just giving a heads up.
Yeah.
Or if I wake up as a train wreck, I'm just using myself as an example.
Yeah.
If I wake up as a train wreck, the first question out of his mouth is always, okay, well, first of all, let's get your emotions in check. And so over these 10 years, I've basically had to find out, locate where I am. What I would do in times past, just to be forthcoming, is whenever I was mad at one situation, I would take all of the disbursement and put it on whatever else was happening.
Or whomever
being
else
mean
was
to
in the
people,
way.
having to apologize on the back end. don't waste your time. All you have to do is just identify where you are with your emotion.
Yeah. And especially being in any type of relationship, you're going to always, boundaries are going to be pushed. Things are going to happen. Somebody's going to say something that you may or may not like. And, and it is what it is. But like you said, that emotional intelligence not only goes across every spectrum or spectrum that I can think of,
Sure.
But again, for the relationship, it's the same thing, having that emotional intelligence. It's like you told me, I don't worry about how you treat me, it's how I treat you.
Correct. And that's a great tie-in.
Yeah.
Now, this is going to sound foreign to some of you. I heard this at church, and I also heard it in my marriage counseling. And I like to fly through the roof. Because what I heard, I did, the statement that was made was, oh, don't worry about how he treats you, or likewise, worry about how you treat them. And all I could think about was that he was talking crazy to me, and you want me to do what to who and when? Gotcha.
Yeah, and again, most people would be like, I'm sorry. Yeah, you can take that, and you can take it, and you can shove it, and you can put it wherever you want to put it.
Wherever you feel like you want to put it.
Yeah.
Wherever the sun don't shine, you can take it.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. Here's the truth about it. And like I said, I always like to come on and join you guys and really just be practical and really just share our business. For the past 10 years.
Great.
So for the past 10 years, I've been doing just that.
Yeah.
Have I always been successful? I have not. Absolutely.
And
been blunders.
nobody is going to always get it right 100% of the time. But once you learn how to recognize, hey, you know what? Regardless of how you treat me, I'm going to make sure that I treat you the complete opposite. And the reason for that is because the seeds, everything that you sow will come back to you.
Correct.
So the seeds, the same things that person is giving out will come back to them. But you don't want it in your relationship. You don't want it to be a constant bickering or a tit for tat, or you did this, I'm going to do that, so on and so forth. So that's why we're saying, hey, before I think about or allow myself emotionally to kind of go there with you or whatever, I'm going to think about what I can do for you versus what you're doing and or all the foolishness that you bring in my way.
Correct. And it absolutely has been something that's worked for him and I, and in a practical sense, because I know that my ladies are screaming like, Ty, are we really serious about this? Are you just putting on game? And I'm telling you that I am absolutely not. Like I said, I can't take credit for that practical that I just shared. The whole meaning behind what I think is, don't worry about how he treats me, worry about how I'm treating him. I literally heard that at church, and I literally heard that in my marriage counseling. And when I tell you that it works, it absolutely
Well, give
does.
the people an example.
There's so many examples.
Oh, wow. Wow, so it's like that, huh? So I'm that bad of a guy.
I think the bigger thing is that when we're dealing with people in general, me and you and I differ in a lot of different things.
Yeah, we were
raised totally different. We have two different
backgrounds.
Correct.
Yeah.
I was not raised in church. English was, vice versa, just different things like that. And so a lot of ways that we think are totally different. And so I really couldn't say in a practical way one thing or the other. It literally is just, I really can't say. It just is one of those things that you have to set your mind. The bigger thing about it is literally just the emotion side of it.
Yeah.
It's just controlling your emotion. I mean, name an example
like this.
of one of the ways.
For me, we can differ on certain things business-wise. That's something that sometimes, with both of us being in the industries that we've been in, had an opportunity to, continue to work corporately. We've seen a lot, been experienced a lot, been around a lot.
And we know more than each other.
Yeah. So when it comes to the business and our relationship, our businesses or whatever, sometimes we differ. And sometimes those differences either lead one or the other to get in their feelings, or for somebody to say something that they may not, mean, or something may have been said. It may have been taken out of context, whatever the case may be. So for us, it's coming to that agreement on whatever it is as far as business is concerned. But it's been plenty of times that we've had conversations where it's like, yo, I cannot believe that you just said what you said to me, or whatever the case may be. But in that moment, what I'm not going to do is I'm not going to give you the same energy back.
Correct.
That you're giving me. So
that would be a practical way.
Yeah.
Just watching the energy, and you caught me on the spot because I could not think of one thing. I mean, there's been plenty of times when I've had to incorporate the mission of, don't worry about how he's treating you, girl.
Yeah.
Yes, he's talking crazy, and unless he wants to meet his maker today, I suggest, because I will burn those biscuits that I bake him. Let me tell you. So anyway, so that would be a practical way just to watch how you disperse your energy back.
Yeah.
Because he may be being firm to me or not being as polite as I think he should be, doesn't mean that I have the right to go in and
just jump back and bounce back, and
it's going to be hard at first. Yeah, it's going to be hard at first because I am a firecracker when it comes
and that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
and we both are. We both can be at times.
Sure.
So that's the thing.
You didn't know that about me, did you?
Knowing who you're in a relationship with, and again, it can be a friendship, marriage relationship, it can be an engaged relationship, but finding out who the person is that you're actually in that relationship